Hey, everybody. Thank you. It's been a crazy last few days, but crazy cool. Absolutely. Um, as you know, or as we all know, OES is back up. Uh, it's an amazing thing that could you imagine taking something that was built by somebody else, especially the ecosystem with all the twist and one click wonder and all that it was, and another team had to take this mess, a needle in a haystack, and put it all back together, and they did it in record time. Record time. Ash will go over that someday. I mean, record time, and boom, we're all on. Now, what I want to tell you is yesterday's pop up. They, as you remember, as you saw, you read down it and you saw all these numbers. I know people, oh, the math doesn't add up and this, and other people have contacted me and Chris. That's an amazing amount of traffic for the company to get. And I want to tell everybody what it means. It's not external traffic. First, I want to say, when I heard about the traffic, I went, "Oh, that's cool. They're doing some kind of testing." Or it, I never thought it was the amount of people they're driving to OES. For one thing, OES right now is in the process of building back up and bridging to something new. Okay, we know that. We were told that, but you would never drive if you were able, and the company is able, by the way, to drive thousands and millions of people to our site. But why would they? It's not ready. What the traffic meant, and I'll try to make this simple. There's internal traffic. In other words, here's what traffic means. It's data moving. You log in, me, you, and other people, other founders. We log in. That's a click of a button. That's data moving. You get in and you click on the profile. That's another bit of traffic internally. You click on everywhere. You start clicking. You make 5 or 6 clicks, maybe 10. You're looking at your wallet. You're looking at the stuff. Now, picture in 6 hours, we're not running yet, and there was like 12 million bits of traffic internally. That is mind blowing. But here's the issue. Mr. Einstein, when he says something, he, he's not doing it to make people confused. In data, you can say data, internal, external data, okay? But it's about the movement. And the reason it was such a powerful statement, once we all know, and we're starting to learn what it means, to have that much movement, that much interaction, internal interaction, and it never blinked. It never fluttered. It never did anything. I want to say, and we're going to go into some of the anxiety people are having about this doesn't, this. Chris is going to do that. We're going to chat back and forth. And we're talking to you. We're not telling you anything. We're all a family here. Well, we want to explain the best we can. And we're not saying anything, oh, this is my opinion. It's not an opinion. This is stuff we know. So it's a beautiful thing, by the way. And talking with the OTech pros, Collins is supposed to join us to be able to take this mess that used to be the ecosystem that was, we don't know all the damage, but anyway, taken away and get it all back together. Complete strangers. This goes to show you how sharp this new team is. They're doing it. I don't know exact time, but let's compare. Let's say it's normally a 5 day thing to do. This team is showing it that they do it in hours. Okay, let's say 5 days to hours. That it's amazing. So what does that do? It saves money. It gives more power to the company. They're gonna we're about to be blown away from what I understand. I'm not an IT guy. I don't have to be an IT guy to realize, okay, Marty, here's something in a box. They laid it out. It's a big building block, beautiful building sitting on a desk. Some guy comes in and knocks it on the floor, and you got pieces everywhere. They took all those pieces, put it back together, and built it exactly like it was when it got knocked over. That's what I want to tell you. Beautiful. I'm gonna outline something else before Chris takes over. Any issues, or you think are issues, or things are not working exactly like they should be, they know, and there will be. I'm going to give you one example. I can't log in. I don't have my password. By the way, 5 of my accounts, I can't log in. No panic. Why? Here's what's going to happen. When the company's ready, we're dealing with a different breed. We're dealing with lions instead of gophers. Okay? These people know their stuff. So we're going to get something like this. And I want everyone here, I've never said this before, and this isn't about building my channel. 80-some thousand people to me, from what I'm thinking of where we're going after we launch, is a joke. So don't worry about that. But share this so people out there, I don't care if they're your Indian brothers and sisters, Papua New Guinea, whatever. I want everybody to know you're going to be taken care of. Time will come quickly. That's why you got to pay attention. Chris is going to cover this of the updates. The time will come and say, okay, everybody, from Ask Me For, this is the item we're working on now. I'm just going to give an example and turn it over to Chris. Who can't log in? And why? Address all those problems. Okay, in the profile, if you have a profile problem, do this. This is what's going to happen. So rest at ease. We're in a good place. Go ahead, Chris.
Good morning, my brother Marty. I love you. I love your family. And I want to say thank you for all that you've done to help me to learn things and explain things better. I do appreciate it. Before I start what I want to say, I'm going to answer everyone's questions today. I want to say happy birthday. Number one, to my brother Peter Shore, who brought me into this amazing company. Peter, have a happy birthday. God bless you. I love you. Mary J. Aguilar, happy birthday. Ishwar Sarkar, happy birthday. Matthew Parker, happy birthday. And in remembrance of Fred Levacki, who from P&G, who passed away, God bless you, brother. Happy birthday in heaven. I know you're looking down on us. Nick Monte, Gordon Stevens, Kathy Clark, Randall Langford, happy birthday. Okay. I'm also saying prayers. I got a lot of prayers sent to me. I want to let you know because I have a lot to talk about today. I'm praying for every one of you, morning, noon, and night. I will ask again today at 4 o'clock my time, EDT. Actually, every half hour, I would like everyone stop what you're doing if you can and say a prayer and pray for the people that's in this massive path of this hurricane and to the people that are still trying to get out of the last hurricane. Every half hour, everyone just stops and does it. It's a great thing. Trust me on that one. It works. Okay. What I want to say today, Marty touched on a few things that I want to talk about. On a daily, nightly, 24 hours a day basis, I get phone calls literally all around the clock of questions and concerns. Okay. And I'm going to answer those for you today, but I need you to pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay. Now I took notes, so you might be seeing me look down a little bit because everything we're telling you is factual and true. It's what we're telling you that's happening. If you're confused by it, we do communicate with some guy, some crazy guy we know, and then we break it down how he exactly said it, decoding you might want to say, but he's really good about helping us with that. So now we are giving you information that eventually is going to show up in the update section so we can explain it to you better because a lot of people were confused yesterday about the message. If you go into your OES back office right now, The last part of the message, what Ash's most powerful message said, it's been changed and fixed. It happens once in a while, guys. It's not a big deal, but read it. You'll know exactly what it says. I'm not going to explain it to you. It's self-explanatory. Okay. Profile changes, password changes, email changes. Okay. Cannot be done right now. Matter of fact, the affiliate button, go ahead, press it. Not sure if it's taken down yet. It doesn't matter. Nothing's going to happen. You go into your OTP or try to change the password, nothing's going to happen. But let me tell you this, it will soon. We also know that the log out, when people try to log out, it won't log out. They know all about it. If you remember, Ash's word said this, we know all, our teams will be working on it. And that's exactly what they're doing. But I'm going to tell you this, if you just let it sit for a couple of minutes, it closes itself out. But if you don't feel comfortable about doing that, just log out of the browser, shut it down like that. But again, that is a teeny tiny small issue that they know about. And Ash said it. We know about it. I have no problem getting concerns from you individuals in this beautiful family of ours. I have no problem. If I get more than 10 that say, Chris, I'm not sure. Yes, I will contact Marty. I will contact Ash. This is kind of what I'm getting. And he usually says, brother, we got it. We know all about it. Thank you. Remember what he said. Get into your OES and say thank you. That's it. But all those things about if your profile's wrong, I see the question on here. Someone says, my profile's not right. There's nothing there. Don't worry. No one's going to be left behind. Listen, let me tell you why this is happening. Ash Mafara needs to get everything right before going to the next step. So all these little issues that we're seeing or you're seeing, it's not a lot. They are addressing, they're looking at it, they're working on bigger things. In order to move forward, look at me with the hand movements now. In order for Ash Mafar to move forward, all those things have to be addressed. And when they are addressed, you will be able to change your password. Okay? There will be support. But right now, nothing. Don't worry about it. If it's not there, it's okay. It will be. You will be able to change all these things in the near future. Now, I say this now because I've individually talked with Marty and Ash when this is going to happen. Don't know when, but I'm going to give you a little secret. We got OES now. All you got to do is check your updates daily because that's where Ash is going to say, go ahead, you can now change your password. Okay, this update section is more important than anything right now. It's very important. And I tell you what, I don't even have to check my update section because normally the 150,000 groups we have, they checked it already and they blast MK Lee. Go ahead, Marty.
I want to add something. It's not like Ash, okay, we're not delivering messages for the company. That's not what we're trying to say. I don't want anybody to freak out. How come you got, Ash is like a family and friend to me. I get it, but I'm not taking that role. The only reason we would break things down like we are now is because when we get the information and it turns, like Chris said, 1, okay, I can explain it to him. 2, okay, but 5 or 10, that means because if there's 10, there's 1,000 people that have the same question. So we go back and text and say, all right, look, we know you're working on it, but this one issue is the biggest one we're hearing about. And then he'll come back and say something. Then we come on our live and try to smooth things over. Like when the traffic first went out, I looked at it and said, well, it's obviously not traffic coming to the site. That wouldn't make sense.
He called me immediately, Marty did.
Yeah. And I said, no. And then when I started hearing people, I said, oh, crap. They think it's traffic coming to, but that doesn't make sense. And I don't want to say that to people. So I get in, I explain to Ash about the traffic thing and what people are seeing. He goes, no. Why would we drive traffic to the out? Same thing I just said. Why would we drive traffic when we're not We're not ready to do that. When we are, they're going to blow it up. Okay. But right now, it's internal. That's all. He wanted you to feel good that what they put together that was crumbled all over the floor can handle a lot of stuff internally. That's all. Go back to you, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad. Marty, you could jump in anytime you want because I love you, man. That's why. Now, I want to share something with you. What Ash said to me yesterday. Very funny, by the way, very comical, and it's okay to share. I believe he'd probably get a laugh out of it too because he did. When I told him that I'm getting some people saying they can't log out, this was his response to me. And it's funny. I'm sorry. We want people to be stuck with us. Unbreakable love. That was his comical answer to me. And I thought I was riding my bike again because I'm trying to do 2 a days to lose this big head. And I almost fell off my bike. And I left him a message. And of course, you can hear the wind and the motor of the bike. And he says, Chris, when you land back on planet Earth, send me another message. In other words, he didn't know what I was doing, but that's who he is. Step by step is the best way to do this. If something is not there, they know. I assure you, they know. Each thing will get fixed step by step. I feel like, you know what? I'm amazed at how many people read that poster yesterday and thought exactly what I did. And I'm like, oh my God, I got messages. And by the way, October 6th and 7th and 8th was a big day for a lot of people that got in 6 years ago. I can't say all your names, but congratulations. I'm not an anniversary guy, but congratulations. Ash Mafara is doing this exactly how maybe they should have done it 2 years ago to make sure everything is correct. But I'm going to say again, nobody, I can't spell it out, will be left behind. Everything will be fixed. Everything will be fixed. Everything will be adjusted. Hold on. To move forward, that's exactly what we have to do. I got a million notes here. And Marty said it already. Not even my brother, Marty DeGarmo, my brother I love, can't get into some of his accounts. And I think that's funny because I got people saying this and that. And share this out to those individuals that maybe can't get into their OES because they don't have a password or they forgot their password. But it's coming. I can promise you that. He's going to make it where you'll be able to change your password. And I can go on and on. Profiles, everything that you don't see there will be adjusted because it has to be. All right.
Very good. It has to be. It can't. We can't go without it. Yeah.
And I want to say this in a funny way. You've heard us say, don't share out your back office to people. Let me ask you this: if you own a business, which you do, by the way, let's say you own a coffee cup making business, and it's a big business. Would you open up your books to your business to the world and say, "Hey, look at me"? No, you wouldn't. That's why you don't share your back office. There's people right now that want to get in there and see it, but be patient, step by step, and very soon we're going to be in the walking mode and then the full run mode and then lightning speed mode. Things are going to happen very fast, guys. I can assure you that, but let's get these little things that they know about adjusted, and we will be on our way to success, wealth, helping people, creating education for everyone, cheap education, but the best in the world. We're going to have things that blow everyone away. Just stay with the steps. Don't overthink things. Don't say something you don't know. I had a couple gentlemen share some things on YouTube about pay times, making pretty bad things. I kindly ask them to take it down. If you see something like that, send it to me. I will personally call the individual and say, please take it down. We're not policemen, but we also want to get out the proper word for Onpassive in the right way. And I'm telling you right now, I tell people, this isn't just to build our channels. I don't care what you think. This is to get you the correct information, let you know what's evolving, to let you know OES updates is going to be the most important thing that you can watch right now next to us. When something does happen, we're going to do a special live. I promise you that. And that'll go on 18 YouTube channels so you get the information. Share those out, like and subscribe all of those YouTube channels. All right? So we can get the proper information out, because someone today is going to twist the information. I promise you that. They always do. And we are here not to force tell you. We are here giving you directions of what exactly is happening. If you're confused about something, and if people get confused, I get confused, I call Marty and we discuss it. We put it on paper, proof, how we're going to explain it. We talk to the big guy, understand it a little bit better, and then we put it out to you. We're never going to veer you in the wrong direction. We're going to keep you on the step-by-step path, nonstop beautifulness, and we're all going to go, as they say, to the promised land. So stay tuned for your update section. Things have been changed in the update section. Go look. Yeah, things happen once in a while. It's a big company, but the company, you let them worry about running. Go ahead, Marty.
No, I just want to say, look, I want to give you this. I'm going to tell you what made me the impression and how I feel, why I'm so pumped, and I believe you'll feel the same way. I don't know all the details. I don't want to know the details. If you want to know the truth, I want to be surprised. I'm a little kid at heart, but here's how I felt about Onpassive before. Here's how I felt about Onpassive up to June, before the site crashed. Not always, but most of the time. That Ash had a dream. He had a vision. And he tries to relay that vision and that dream. And a lot of us have that understanding in our heart. Do we know all the details? Of course not. How could we? But we know that we're about to enter something that's magical in a way, okay? Mr. Mufara went from, I think, almost always kind of pushing his dream. No, that's not it. No, that's not, I need that. No, not that. This. And that's okay. Here's how I read it now. Okay, I want this item to be able to do this. And instead of, it's my example, instead of taking 6 months or 5 or 6 months for that to happen, and at the end of those 6 months, it needs some more tweaking and all that. This is what I'm seeing now. And I don't know the detail, but I'm telling you, this is how I see it. Ash goes to the dream team or whoever these people are. They're amazing. And says, okay, now I'm sure he comes across like he did for the last 5 years, every little detail. I would like this item to be able to do this. And they go, okay. And he's in his mind, I believe, okay, this is going to take 2 or 3 weeks later. They get back to him that day. We'll have that day after tomorrow.
Yeah, they're fast.
I'm just saying, I'm telling you, that is the impression I'm getting. As clear, 2020, crystal clear, that things have changed so dramatically on how he's approaching his people on his side. Because the people on his side are, you want what? Yeah. They absolutely have the concept of over delivering, but they're over delivering to him, which in turn is magnified to us beyond what we could imagine. There was times I want a cup. I want it to look just like this. It's in his mind, like a regular, solo cup. They come back, they got a cup, got a handle. The solo cups don't have a handle. No, not that. I need you to make it smooth, kind of ripple so you can hold it in your hand. And then they come back, we'll have that in a month. This new team is, I want this, and they go, They delivered to him more than he wanted, and 10 times faster, 100 times faster. Oh, you want that? Well, is this okay? And he goes, oh my God, I don't. And you know how much time that frees up? Because I want to tell you something. Someone that's a visionary, and I know this because I research this kind of stuff. The Steve Jobs and all these people that made an impact. Steve Jobs, I don't think you'd want to go out to dinner with him. In some case, he was a nasty individual sometimes. Ash is a beautiful guy. Ash, given the more free time, instead of the stuff like business and micromanaging, guess what he's going to do? He's going to do what he does best. He's going to get back into the creative thinking. But the beauty of it is, whatever he can think of, he has the team to make it happen. That's mind blowing. That's what finally happened in Apple. That's what finally happened in Microsoft. That's what finally happened in Amazon. You have a dream. Now, some of it happened accidentally, right? I mean, Facebook started off with something. I don't think there was a master plan to be where they are now. It wasn't. It was luck and things, but not here. It wasn't the plan. Ash's plan was a struggle for him to relate to his people that were working for him. And part of that is, I mean, this is my opinion, Marty DeCarmo, I don't know 100%, is what he wanted to do, when he wanted to do it, the people that were told the direction, one, weren't capable of doing it, maybe, weren't reliable, and in some cases were downright didn't care about doing it. They had another agenda. That could be. But the difference for all of you, and I hope this really makes you feel good, because it does me, that's why I'm fired up, is Ash Mufara is being over-delivered to him. No joke. I can tell by the way he acts. I can tell by the way he texts. Yeah, I asked for this. And you remember Ash came on last week and said, okay, we're going to be going into our OES anytime after Friday. And there'll be step 1, step 2, step 3. You're going to be able to go in, say thank you. Step 2 could be a few days later, you're going to see your wallet. A few days later, you're going to see your profile area. In other words, things are just going to, what happened? Saturday, all of the items were there at one shot, over-delivered, but they over-delivered to him. Now this is my opinion, and the way I see Ash Mufara, and I've been around a long time with him, is now he's going, we're going to go there. In fact, not only are we going to go there, this might even exceed what I wanted, like with the bells and whistles and all different stuff. You know what, I was hoping we could do something like that. Oh, not only can we do that, we can do this. That's the kind of people, this team, and I hope they see some of these great things. So many comments that we have copied comments and sent it to Ash so he knows, but he knows he's overwhelmed with the gratitude of everybody here. Anyway, Christmas.
Wait a minute.
I want to move on to talking about other people.
Wait a minute. Marty, you there? Where'd you go?
Yeah, I said go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a message from Jane. They're going to be late on their live. They got caught in traffic, so they'll be a little late. So if we go over a little, it's not so bad if Collins comes on here, and we can add to some more stuff. So Jane and Red, I hope you guys are okay. Let me say something more special. More special. Every day we're going to do a special. I want to talk about my brother, David Switzer. Okay. You heard us talk about Judy Miller yesterday. I want to say something about David Switzer because my brother David, me and Marty and Dave, we mess with each other all the time. Dave's got a background like myself, worked many years, did all kind of things. He worked himself up to a management position. He likes motors. He likes fixing things. He likes doing everything. As much as I mess with David Switzer, I can't tell you he's one of the thousands and thousands of people that I can't wait to see this go viral. Why? Because his number one concern is I just want to be able to retire my wife so we can spend a lot more time together. I'm going to give a, oh, I love that. Family man. David Switzer, I love you no matter how much I mess with you. Yes, Detroit Lions will kick your team's butt, Chicago, whatever team it is.
I want to add something. I want to add something too.
And he is, David. I'm going to let the gumbo, as I said, say, you say, talk a little bit about you. Go ahead, Marty.
No, this all stems back to people that think they're insignificant. Um, Years ago, Dave would come on, and I can't do that. I don't really know how to. It drove me insane. Dave would come on and talk, and it was a beautiful thing that he said. And at the end, he'd say, "Well, I'm not good at this." Well, you can't go do something good and then say you're not good at it. David's good. David's a pillar of Onpassive. Judy Miller, very quiet, always in the background, always supportive. What would this company do without the Judy Millers and they're not out doing videos. Look, I've never pushed people, hey, go do a live. You know why? Stepping out of your comfort zone is stepping out of the comfort zone that you would like to do, but you're afraid to do it. Not what I'd like you to do and you're afraid to do it. What you would like to do. Because I'm telling you right now, I got a little crystal ball here. I don't want to show it in case you guys try to steal it. But when I look at people, all of us, everybody I've ever met, there's something deep inside you about Onpassive. You think, you know, I think I could do that, but no way am I going to do it. That's the box you got to step out of. Not mine or not my idea. You know what you need to do is this and this. It's a good gesture because people came out and they showed their face. But everybody here, engineer Shishante, okay? Every day he does something. Every day he's working with people. He goes everywhere. There's no different countries. We're all one. Narelle, I could go down the list. Narelle is a working soldier. She never gives up. Never. And I think some people, and I'm not necessarily talking about Narelle, do a lot of work and they don't feel appreciated. My why, part of my why, is letting people know, not making, letting them know you matter. You matter to me. And if I know Ash Mafar as well as I think I do, people matter more to him than how big his bank account is. You know how I know that? The last 6 years when he was focusing on building this dream for us, how many millions could he have made if he was looking out just for his wife and kids? There wouldn't be any gray hair. There wouldn't be sleepless nights. He wouldn't have got a bladder infection because he was on some kind of competition. How long can I go without going to the bathroom? And it's just who he was, the drive. It's so funny that he had more drive for us than some of us do. I'm going to give you another one. And this is people that I kid with. But when I kid with you, that means I love you. And I respect you. Mamadou. Mamadou is such a cool guy. Okay? He comes on, he jokes, he laughs, he came on seriously and gave a speech the other day. I was blown away. But I knew anybody that has that much heart and that much care for other people, it's inside him. And he came out and said something, and I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away. That's the person that when he did it, and I went back to him, I said, man, that was phenomenal. Yeah, there's kidding, there's all that, but everybody has that. Everybody. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Whatever it is in you that you say, you know, I would like to do this. take one step towards that. Whatever that is, whatever that little thing. Oh, there's no safer place to be caught naked as Onpassive. Okay? There's no safer place to let people see you make a mistake if that's what you think it is. Listen, when I'm talking, and I'll go in and I'll talk to even in trivia, whatever. In my mind, I'm not thinking, well, I better be perfect because they might laugh. Never. In a lot of other situations in the world where we go, you have to be up. You have to be perfect. At least you feel that way. Onpassive, relaxed. People say the dumbest answers. I'm one of them. Chris is, all right, I'm going to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. But Chris does. But you know what we do? We all laugh. Chris, the only thing I got mad about Chris, because he was on that level of his out was, well, I'm just a crazy guy and I don't know nothing. I'm not technical. I told him if he keeps doing it, I won't go on live with him. This is no joke. Because, yeah, you might be a funny guy. You might be, everybody loves him. He lightens the room. But you cannot approach people with that's all you are, because that's not all he is. You guys know it. Everybody here knows it. Well, I don't do that. I'm not able to. Stop saying that. You're able. Everybody's able. You just got to convince yourself you're worth it and you can do it. I don't mean to preach, but I am somebody that was less likely to, there we go right there. I just peed myself. Less likely to succeed. I was in school. I wasn't good at it. I didn't like it. I was bored. But when I got a passion for something and reality set in, I said, I got to make an income. I have to move up in life. Then I had a competition. And what I'm telling everybody here, start a competition. Competition is good, a healthy competition. But this competition I want you to have with yourself. Get in competition with yourself today and force yourself to be a better you tomorrow. Not a better Marty, not a better Chris, because if you do that, you take that one step, and because we have a platform where really you can't make any mistake unless you lie. If you make a mistake because you said something wasn't quite right, you did it by, everybody knows the heart of a good-hearted person. And you come back. Look, if I do something or say something dumb, if I catch it, I make fun of me as fast as I can. That was a dumb freaking thing to say. I can't believe I just said that. That's fun. You don't worry about that. But everybody here, get in competition of making yourself better, whatever it takes. And whatever it is, there's not a limit. My 10 of what I want to do is not the same as yours, but your 10's the same value. Everybody's value is the same. Just keep chasing you. Chase who you want to be. Because if you don't think ahead or believe, what good is life? What good is life if you can't do it? Listen, I don't need to travel around the world. Because in here, if I can travel around the world here and in here, and then when I'm able to go different places, you can absorb so much more. So everybody is Myra Aquino. We're going to do somebody. Myra, I'm going to give you an example. You go up, you see this lady. She has broken English. And you might think, well, she doesn't know. She's not an American. I'm telling you right now. There's very few people, man and woman, in Onpassive, they're as sharp as she is. Flat out. Flat out. Is there a communication thing? Whatever. Another example, you have people, we're doing trivia. A lot of the trivia questions are the United States. We got people from Canada, India, answering the question. And those American people sitting there going, duh, I don't know. Eric Kessler. He's the best trivia guy I've ever seen. No doubt. Is he competitive? You freaking right he is. That's part of the fun. So, but he can answer just about anything, and he remembers all that. He can take that because also when he does that, he's the type of person that retains the knowledge. He stuff, and look, I know a lot of useless information, but a lot of it doesn't help me, but it does help you think. Use your mind, keep using stuff. Do not compare. Look, I'm not going to go compare myself to Einstein. That would be a waste of my time and a waste of my life. But I'm going to push this to the limit. I'm telling you, there's nights where I'm doing a bunch of stuff at the same time and my brain hurts. I feel like I was weightlifting in my head. That's a good thing. Make yourself think. The older we get, pump stuff in. I want to do that. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to do. Right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs on Chrome, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tabs open in Firefox, and all of them I'm working with today. And then Chris calls, and we talk about something else. So I got to go back and try to remember. No, but it's just. But I do that to myself. Why? I love it. I love being involved. I love seeing everybody. I love hearing stuff. But here's where Chris helps me. I'm working on these little crazy stuff, and he's telling me, oh, by the way, this one was this. Oh, yeah, okay, I forgot. Because I'm focused on something different. That's why you team up with somebody. But anyway, all of you are amazing, amazing. I want to meet more people. Shine the light. I said this before. What time is it? 10:42. Shine the light. Once again, it's going to prove what I've said. We're shining the light on other people, but the reflection is so bright. And what I mean by reflection is Chris will tell you, what we're getting back from what we're pushing forward is way beyond what we're giving. We might give people the spotlight, but the return is mind-blowing. Lystra, I keep saying names. Lystra's an amazing woman. She's always been positive. I never heard her say anything negative or bad about somebody else.
Only me. Only me.
Everybody does Chris because we can't help it, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, but she's an amazing woman. Very smart, witty, asks questions if she doesn't know. She's like me. If she doesn't care what she if she makes a mistake, if I make a mistake, it's funny. Gina Leva. She's in every webinar. She's probably one of the biggest cheerleaders in Onpassive that walks.
Yeah.
But even on top of that, she's a sharp lady. I don't even need to say lady and man. She's a sharp person. When I say sharp, it's because then it sounds like I'm comparing. She's sharp, even though she's a lady. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, sharp, gets things done. And you know what's the most powerful thing? If people trust you. And you know why people sometimes don't trust you? Because you don't. That's why be confident, be who you are. People will want to hear you if they believe you believe in what you're saying. Anyway, I'm done for right now. I'll turn it over to Chris because I'm gonna go through some.
So here's what we talked about this morning a little bit. I'll give you a little sneak peek. We would like to start bringing out more people like we just did today, not only to tell the truth about them and how much we feel about how much we appreciate them, even though they're behind the scenes. Every day we're going to bring a few people out. Now, and I don't want everyone to bang me. Sorry.
See what I mean? And by the way, take the children out of your room because
if you have someone that you feel maybe deserves a shout out, I would like you to send me their name in Facebook Messenger, not email, because I got too many things I got to look at right now. In Messenger, their name and why you think they're so special. And I promise you, I will read it out on our live because it'll make me feel good. Because real
quick, and I'll turn it right back over. So you remind me, and if I don't say it, I'll forget. We have many videos that I haven't done yet for Shine the Light. So I want you to keep coming with them.
Yep.
I also got requests of one video that people like, and they want me to do it in 8 different languages. So it's going to take me a while, but that's why I say, I'm going to say it again, subscribe and ring the bell so you can get the notifications, because I can't remember, I can't go get the person every time it's ready. Doing all that takes too much time where I can be just putting the videos out there. And if you ring the bell, you get a notification. You don't have to go, but at least you know, oh, something was posted. But a lot of them will be around the clock and all that. But I'm just saying, we're killing it, really. Go ahead, Chris.
You know who's on here? My brother, my lovely brother, who I love, Joe Uramberry from PNG. We love you more. We love you more, Joe. I need you to get a video in here. I'm calling you out, my brother. I know you might have a little issues through PNG trying to get things out. Do whatever you can. We didn't do Joe yet. Did Joe not send us a video yet? He's the guy that sits in the car, usually with a naked kid in the middle.
Everybody knows who Joe is.
So Joe,
by the way, all of the PNG, anybody in PNG, some of you might not be able to log in yet. Because this is worldwide, it might take a while. One thing you want to do to help is clear out your history. You might even want to clean your disk. Go look up on YouTube if you don't know how to do it. Don't take my word for it. Everybody's got different computers. It's very simple. Do it. Reboot your computer. You might be surprised. There might be OES staring you in the face.
Yeah.
And that's it. Go ahead, Chris.
Also, someone just texted me, Chris, can you send me your personal mobile number? No, I can't. I get enough calls through Facebook Messenger. Guys, there's times where I have important phone calls coming in for me, doctor's appointments, or my kids. That's why I do not give out that number. Marty's got my number. A few others have that number, but I can't share that with everybody because I will never be able to sleep, or if I might miss an important call. I want to let you all know, no matter what your issue is, it will be addressed. It will be addressed. Ash is not moving forward until these are addressed. But when it does happen and you address it and he knows everything's going strong, you better check that update section. I'm not sure if Collins is coming on today because he's really late. It's 12 minutes to 11. I know Red's going to be a little late. Like I said, they got caught in traffic. But I want to tell you this. And this is what Collins was supposed to say. I just want to reiterate what Marty said. The strength of our ecosystem to handle that much volume, and it didn't even blink, should show you where Ash Mafara has taken this company to. You know how many, Google it. Do you know how many startup companies, IT or tech companies, tried starting up, and what did they do? They crashed. They crashed and they burned. Ash Mafara says, not us. He found some amazing individuals, and my God, we got a million great names for them. But they're putting us right where we should have been 2 years ago. Ash will say it. Marty says it. I'll say it. He's glad what happened. Not glad, but it brought him to a different location and realized sometimes bad things happen for a reason, and it took him to another level. It took us all to another level, and I'm so fired up about that. So why don't we take the next, it's 11 to 11. Let's share some comments. I'll read them out, and we love every one of you, and I will spotlight. Remember what I said? Send me some names with a writing about them, and I'll read it.
Hey, here we go. Listen, it's Chocolate Thunder. Mama Dew's here. I call him Chocolate Thunder.
We have nicknames for everybody on the trivia show.
The most handsome man in the world, in case you don't know. But this is Mama Dew, and this is what he said, Chris. And then you can start reading them. I'll put them
All
in.
right. Mama Dew Jalo, I love you, brother. Yes, Mr. Marty and Cap. I'll do it his voice. Yes, Mr. Marty and Captain Chris. Thank you for reminding everyone of here have qualities that we don't think of. So please, my beloved brothers and sisters, let's try to identify our unique qualities. That's Minho. That's Mamadu's voice a little bit. I'm getting a little better at it. Eric is a walking encyclopedia. I think Eric reads the encyclopedia all day long because he knows every answer. And if he don't know the answer, he gets mad and he said, "Darn it, I knew that one." It's funny. You got to come in and see the actions of people. It's hilarious. Narelle, I have 13 tabs open, usually more. Well, drink those tabs up there, Narelle. That's what I used to do.
Hey, don't worry, Narelle. I'll explain to Chris what a tab is.
I know what a tab is.
I'm just kidding.
Switch. Anyone that says I love you in here, we love you back. And I want to thank Narelle Warcon. She's been taking screenshots of some of the comments we're missing. She puts it on a video. She sends it to me. I share. Share that dang thing out.
And I've got to tell you, by the way, I'm not great at words, but this crazy lady, Narelle, I want you to picture, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's doing all this work.
Last night, I couldn't tell. Go to bed, Narelle.
Yeah, I'm like,
go to bed.
I said to Chris, we were chatting, I see a post of Narelle, and I go, why is she up? She was on my live. I was supposed to put her to bed a long time ago, but
because she cares about people. Listen, she is one of the sole representatives of Australia right now. We had a lot of people in Australia. Not sure where they went. She never went anywhere, and she stuck with it. Kudos to you, Narelle, my Aussie sister. All right, Delisa Christie, my other favorite sister. We all have unique special gifts. You were born with unlimited potential. Together, we will make a positive impact on humanity. And Delisa, we're praying for you. I know you are in a beautiful place, and there's something coming your way. We're praying for you, my sister. Bolty Pradam, excellent session going on. Thank you both of Brother Marty DeGrama and Chris Johnson. You are welcome, Bolty. And feel free, because some of the things we put out or Marty's doing, we found out some of the language isn't really saying what it's supposed to say. So maybe if you catch that, explain what I wish someone would put it in what we said today in Hindi and Japanese and Vietnamese and post it out there, because maybe we're not saying the right things because we don't know.
Let me say one thing that has really hit me again. This hurricane that's going across the Gulf right now, this is a big, bad storm. I mean, bad. And when it's going across the Gulf, hit Category 5, 170 some mile an hour winds, and there's not a lot of wind or stuff going on. So it's bad. So we need to start hammering prayers now.
Yeah.
I even, by the way, called Ash. I said, Ash, this thing, and I know he knows the guy's a genius, but he's so wrapped up in doing stuff for us. I'm sure he knew, but I said, man, just be careful. Like if you could, it looks like a little south to him, but it's bad, really bad. And it's going right across Florida. Anyway, I got a special announcement. I wasn't going to say it, but I feel the presence of greatness. I was right.
Oh, there he is.
I was right, Chris.
Well, for once, Colin slept.
Yes.
Hey, Collins, I realize you have the same watch or the same clock as Mr. McFarland. And you know what that means? Now, I know you're working on a lot of stuff. How about some input about what this amazing team has done from the shambles? Because it wasn't like it's just a plug-in, right? Tell them how powerful, and that the traffic was internal. That's what Ash meant by the update. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes. So thank you, Marty. Thank you for inviting me. Sorry, I was really caught up somewhere. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi to me, Collins. I'm hard.
Yes, and Chris Johnson. Yes, Marty and Chris Johnson. Oh, it's really beautiful to be among two of you. It's really great to be. I said I can't miss this. I said if it is 10 minutes, I will jump in and then just say hi and disappear. So yes, Marty, you rightly said, to take someone mess, group of people mess and turn it into something marvelous is not easy. Remember, we were shut down. Let us remember that. And yesterday I was explaining to a lot of people who called. I said the biggest achievement in Onpassive is to come back live after it shut us down for all what happened, all the mess they caused internally. And it takes, most companies would disappear, but they took that mess, turn it around, and then bring us back live. It is very difficult. It is easy for you to repair your own work in IT or even in any job. Just imagine you are a builder, you make a mess and you leave it, you ask someone to come and repair it. The person either break it down and rebuild it or try to patch that mess in a nice way where nobody will notice. You must be a very good builder to patch somebody's mess where they'll look at it and say, wow, they've transformed this house and it's nice, like there was nothing. This is exactly what these guys have done. It takes genius to take code and database, things that have been messed up by others, and then turn it to something that is impossible. You make it possible. It is not easy. Most often, most IT guys will go in and say, you know what, I can't deal with that. Let's break it down and start from the beginning. But these guys, they took it and they repair it. Not only repair it, update it. Make it more robust behind, though we cannot see it in front, but what they've done behind, and to spin it up in a short possible time is great. And that is the biggest achievement. For me, I celebrate that every day. I celebrate it. That is the biggest. Every day when I wake up, I celebrate. I say, finally, we are back. And I give kudos to those guys because it's not easy. And then going back to what Marty said, Marty, thank God you brought this up, and that's one of the things I wanted to mention. There are people who look at it and say, wow, they've started driving traffic. Wow, that request, have they started requesting money from Onpassive? I said, no, you got it all wrong. So when they talk about 12.5 million requests, what does Mr. Ashford, that's a technical term, request is a request response. How we respond, how the system is responding. When we click, we log in and we navigate the system. How many times has Chris Johnson logged onto that system? How many times has Marty DeGamo logged onto that system? Put everything together. You can have even 10,000 people, but they can log in multiple times, several times within 6 hours. They have that 12.5 million requests. It is this response that go to the database and come back, go to the database and come back. I can log out. When I log in, the system counted. I log out again, I log in, the system counted. Marty DeGamo log out, log in. Within a short possible space of time, when the system was back on, that is the response traffic where people are logging simultaneously. How many times have I logged in? I can't, it's uncountable. The system have already counted. How many times Marty DeGamo log in? Uncountable. How many times? Maybe Mike Ellis, everybody, log into that system just to go through their account, check things. Oh, I've not checked. Let me go back again. And that happiness, the anxiety, the joy, sometimes you want to sleep behind. The system is calculating and saying, wow, within that 6 hours, we had 12,000 times. That is the 12,000 times people have logged onto that system, put together collectively. And that's what I want to explain, Marty. And it's a joy to see that. So, Marty, I'll give it back to you so I don't take most of your time. Yeah.
No, thank you. Thank you for coming on, Collins. And it means more coming from an IT guy that sees that part of the world. That because people, they hear traffic and they automatically think it's external traffic, and it's not. This is, like I was saying before you got here, because I wasn't sure if you'd make it, is when you log in, that's a click, that's a data, some kind of data to go from there. And then you click on your profile. That's another data. But here's how massive it was if we put it together. If I went in, example, normal, we go in, you check 4 or 5 things and you get out. To go to the level of 12 million in 6 days, that's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. So it also shows a lot of people are engaged. That's beautiful. Be engaged. Be ready because we're about to take a trip of a lifetime for sure. Chris, any closing remarks, or I'm still
Yeah,
posting
number
somebody?
one, thank you, Collins, for showing up on Ash time. That's wonderful. I know you sleep. I knew you're tired. Collins, I want to say this to you. I do appreciate you because you show up for everything, no matter what time it is, and I have a lot of respect for that. I did that for a few years where I was around the clock. I'm glad you took my spot over, but I want to say what a wonderful gentleman you are for the things I know about that happened in your life and where you are today and why you're doing this. I love you, brother. Thank you very much. Your strength is as strong as the ecosystem, my brother. There you go. Marty, goodbye, Chris.
Yeah, Mike. Oh yeah, I do want to add something. I 3 years ago or so, I met these guys. They got together a lot, and yes, I had agenda. And did I kind of use the OTech guys to get my agenda? Yes. But what it really was they were the only ones that could deliver the message I thought that needed to be done, and that was, when are we going to launch? That was probably the biggest statement during that time of anything else. And I could tell them, well, it takes time. But what do I know? I'm not an IT guy. How much time does it take? I don't know. So they came in, and I said to them at the time, if you don't accomplish anything else, explaining how technical and time consuming it could be, if we could get to where they're focused on when, to understand that this is massive, and it's like their kid in the back seat. Are we almost there? Are we almost there? It doesn't make it happen any quicker. So they came in. Not only did they stop that statement, in fact, we talked one time laughing a couple of years ago now, and how far Collins and all the other guys, we're talking about Collins right now, went from kind of a quiet guy, IT. They're not. They're just not. Their life isn't to come out and chat with everybody. That's not what they do. Collins gave me a couple examples like, hey, I want you to come on. We're going to go on a webinar. And automatically went, webinar? Come on. What the frick does that mean? You mean actually be on the other side of a computer? No, thanks. But once again, this is what this proves. You can look at somebody and see their potential before they do. That's why when you look and you see that diamond, you go, I'm going to push this guy to the limit. I don't know what his limit is. I don't know I don't know him that well when I did it. And this conversation came up with all four of them. I don't remember when, I don't know what date, was I said, this was my opinion, look, the door was open for an OTech pros. How long you guys go or how big you get or how much you're involved is none of my business. In fact, I have no control over it. You want to fly, fly. You want to walk, walk. You want to fall down the cliff? Sorry, that happened. But look what happened. Everybody knows who they are. Collins can go in and talk about anything to do with Onpassive and doesn't have to mention that he's an IT guy. Doesn't have to mention it. It's a plus, and everybody knows that. So that's building what was already inside Collins. It has nothing to do with other people. It was already there. You got to dig in and find out who you are. I didn't tell him what street to take. I have no right to do that. He wouldn't be comfortable. He is where he is right now, and he's very comfortable where he is. Why? You know what road he's on? You know what road he's on? He's on Collins Manor Road. No doubt. I'm on Marty DeGarmo Road. Don't try to get on my road. It's stupid. Why? I'm already here. Get your own road. Find out what path is for you and pour it to the ground. I just wanted to add that. And that's why I point out people and shine and talk to people, because there's more to you than you think. And me too. I'm growing every day. Not in weight. Actually, I'm going the other way with that. I was growing the other, 10 pounds every year. Anyway, Chris, you got anything else, or Collins, whatever? And because Red and them's going to be late.
Yeah, I don't know what time Red's coming on. I have nothing but I love you all and thank you. Please look into your updates every day. Check it. And the most important thing right now for me is every half hour, stop what you're doing if you can and say a prayer for the individuals who are facing this hurricane. And Lisa said there's another one coming after that. North Carolina, there's a lot of people that need help right now. Right now, let's give them a lot of prayers, guys. So thank you for that. Every half hour, try it. It works. Collins?
Marty, I always, Chris, we just have to always pray for the tech team, the new tech team, because they are really doing an amazing job. And also for Mr. Ashmofara and the family. You know, they cannot do it on their own without the guidance of God. So I always put that God first before us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Collins. No doubt about it.
My man.
No doubt about it. And you know what's even better than that? He knows it. He knows, because I tell you what, if he wasn't God led, we wouldn't be here. My opinion.
Yep.
Too much crap happened. We wouldn't be here. Anyway, we'll see you all great live. Collins, I'm glad you made it. I'm gonna, as soon as I get a little extra cash, I'm gonna send you a watch. I'm just kidding, Collins. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And when I get some extra cash, I'm going to send you a watch to go.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, what nerve do I have saying somebody's late? Anyway,